On your journey of achieving your goal, you might have seen different versions of you, and these versions basically exist on a spectrum from a higher to a lower. The higher version being the best version of you who is not lazy, who is ambitious, confident, disciplined, and the spectrum all the way leads down to the least best version of you, the worst version of you, in which you are really underconfident, you are lazy, you are unambitious, you are not loyal, and so yeah. So many of us have seen these versions of us and we have been discouraged a lot of times because you also know that you are working really hard and you are doing everything, you are on top of the world, but the next moment you are down in the trenches once again. Like, for example, you are a student and you need to study, and you are studying for a whole week, but today you don't feel like studying and you are not. And now all these fears, criticisms of people come back to you, and you start to think of yourself that am I really be able to do this? So you lose a lot of progress in such situations. So, today I'm gonna help you to think and clearly analyze this situation when you are in a rut and how to get out of it. So, you might have heard the quote that the wagon for success is always moving and you have to be on it in order to be successful. But there is another side of it that no one talks about. That even if you have fallen off the wagon, you can climb it once again. Because every one of us, we are not perfect, we are humans, and that means that we have inherently some fault in us. So, you also know that you can't be perfect always, and God knows this too. That's why He made us to learn from our mistakes. So, do you really think that God was so foolish enough that He would deter us from our goals just because we fell off once? Of course not. So, this basically means that even if you fall off this wagon, you can climb it once again. It's possible. So, there is a choice in such situations if you want to or you don't want. Because you also know that you can start studying once again. It's just as simple as that. You have not studied today? Okay. There are still around 2 hours left, you can start now. This is one part, or the second is that you whine. So, if you whine, the wagon will get more far away from you, and you would have to the next moment when you decide that you want to actually improve your studying or improve yourself in studies, you would have to make much more effort in order to get back at that wagon. But if you start now, you will be able to very easily able to climb the wagon once again. So there is a quote which I absolutely adore, and it's something like this: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time to plant is now. Which means that there are many of us who think that if we had the perspective 2 years ago, we would be much, much greater. If we had started 3 years or 5 years ago, we would have been so great. And I used to think this like so much. I thought that if I could just have started gym when I was in 11th instead of mid 12, I would have such a better physique. But obviously, I didn't. And the past is gone and the future is in our hand. So, the best time to plant the tree has gone. But there is the second best time, and it's now. It's this very moment where you have to make a choice that in future you in future, do you want to feel that, oh, I should have started then, or you want to feel that I'm glad that I did not start very early, but at least I started and now I'm a really good point at life. So, this is really what I am trying to convey to you, that there are two options when you lose. The first is that you stop and whine and basically lose, or the second is that you get up once again. Because if you really think about it, life is just about memories. And there is no inherent meaning to life except what you find in it. So, it's not the destination that is beautiful, it's the journey. And if you lose all your progress, then what can you do? If the first thing you can do is to stop, or the thing you can do is try again, once again, try harder, fail harder. Because you also know that there are many lessons you get in failing. And if you fail a lot of times, you will eventually win. So, you are now the youngest you will ever be. This is to those people who think that they're too old for this or too old for that. Like I myself included, I think that there is only 5 months left in J. What can I do about it? And yeah, there are two options once again. I can either stop or I can try again, once again, try harder, fail harder. Because it's necessary for us to actually work hard. Because if you are anything like me, I feel the happiest when I'm trying my hardest. Even if I'm not succeeding, I feel the level of satisfaction a lot more when I know deep in my heart that I'm actually trying. Even if the success or the results are not coming, I'm just happy and proud of myself that yeah, I'm doing things. I'm trying to improve my life day by day, just getting 1% better every day. And that's enough for me, to be very honest, because I know that sooner or later I will be successful. It's just that the intensity of how much I will, that it's just the intensity with which I work would determine the time which it would take for me to win. So I know that I will win. So, even if you lose the progress, start once again, because God is really, really forgiving, and He will forgive you for your sins, for your faults, because He always has does. If you really think about it, in your lifetime, there are many, many times when you have done a lot of horrible things, but still you are here, and God has forgiven you basically. So, yeah, try once again. And God is there for us, God is always watching. So, if you really want to win, you can. It's really up to you. That's all I want to say. Yeah, take care.